Hi everyone. Thank you for watching DevRelCon Tokyo 2021 interview session. I'm Dyson, one of the organizers of the conference. In this series, we invite awesome speakers of the event and we ask them to introduce themselves and their talks. Today's show, we have Sherry List, Olivier Leplus from Microsoft. It's my first time to talk with them, so I'm very excited to get to know about them. Please welcome Sherry and Oliver. Hello.
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 How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Doing great, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for joining, today's call. Yeah, so like I said, this is a for time for you guys to introduce yourself and your talk. So why don't we get started with the introduction? So may I ask Sherry go first, please?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. First of all, really, I'm super happy to be part of this conference, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to be here as well, even today. So my name is Sherry Lees, and I'm working as Azure Developer Engagement Lead at Microsoft. I'm based in Copenhagen, Denmark, and I'm here today with my colleague Olivia.
Thank you. Please go ahead, Olivier.
Yeah, thanks, Sherry. So I'm very happy to be here too, and really thank you for inviting us and at this conference and for the interview session. So I work in the same team as Sherry, so in the developer relation team, but I'm based in Paris, so taking care of friends. I have a developer background as a software engineer, and now doing DevRel for 6 years now. So I'm very happy to be here at DevRelCon.
Thank you. Oh, I didn't know you were working remotely. So yeah, it's nice to have both of you, joining this session because I'm from Japan. So we have the three countries, talking, in the same room. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
so good.
Good. Good. So yeah, it's a little bit awkward for me because it's my first time to have the two speakers in a one interview. I used to be having a one speaker. So what made you to talk together on the DevRelCon Tokyo 2021?
Sherry, you start.
Yeah, I can. And yeah, so yeah, since both of us we have the background as being like a DevRel, and then this is actually the conference for focusing on all of these different topics that is important for the DevRels. We had this program, which was without that we learned a lot by launching it at the big conference, at the big company. So without that, that could be a really good chance for us to contributing back in the DevRel community and sharing all of our learnings through this journey with everyone else. Um, is there anything I missed, Oliver, that you want to?
No, it's totally that, and it's funny because we used to do the job for years now, and things were like doing the same on a daily basis. But since the COVID-19, we had the opportunity to try so many things, and we learned so many things, and especially this program that we're going to talk during the session, that we had time to work on how to scale this program, and we have a lot to share and on basically how to create a small program just to try and scale it in a big company like Microsoft.
Cool, cool. Yeah, like you said, COVID-19 hit hard on the globe. So I personally cannot meet with the developers in Japan, face to face, but I had an opportunity to do my DevRel work in online, like a streaming stuff or having the online hands-on or workshop with them. So I'm pretty excited about your talk. So I saw your talk description and it says Azure Heroes. So, without spoiling your talk, can you introduce what the program is to everybody?
Um, sure. I can start and then then I will hand it over to Olivia. So so Azure Heroes actually the Badger is here with me today. so,
Oh,
so so it's
cute.
a so it's a program that we started locally in my area at Microsoft, which is basically like a reward and recognition program for the developer community. I normally describe it as like a token of appreciation from Microsoft to developer community for learning and building on top of our technology, and for the one that they are actually maybe even go one step farther and then contributing back to the developer community. So we literally say thank you to the developers by issuing them like a cute little badger.
Hmm. Yeah, that's that. And because there are already, I mean, Microsoft is an old company, so there are already programs that exist to reward experts on certain topics. But yeah, we've seen the topic. We wanted to go beyond that, and there are a lot of people who do amazing things, but not on a regular basis, but just sometimes. And these people deserve to be rewarded for what they do. So that's how this program started.
Sounds interesting. Yeah. Especially, appreciation to the developers who, work on the, who, actually advocate the Azure services or, your services. Yeah. I have one question to you both because I used to be a Microsoft MVP until 2017. So it sounds like, Azure Heroes sounds like a Microsoft MVP. So can you talk a little bit about the differentiation in between, those two things? Sorry, yeah, I should ask because
Yeah.
That's a very valid question, and then we have some part of it actually covered in our talk as well, because that was one of our learnings as well, is that we since Olivier also mentioned Microsoft has a lot of different programs like that, and then we have to find out that what is it that it makes Azure Heroes different, or even make us to exist. Because if you want to compare it with the MVP program, so MVP program is actually that it's a stand for most valuable person. So the bar is pretty high. So you have to do a lot of things in order to stay in the MVP community. And of course, they also give you a lot of different benefits as well for being there as well. Our program is just for appreciating the smallest possible um, things that you do. Even let me give you an example. If you are coming, if there is an hackathon, you come as a mentor. For just being there one day as a mentor, it might sound very very little, but we know that you have to one day take the day off from your company, and then you have to go there to be a mentor and spend whole of your time with a participant there. So we want to just say thank you even for that one day that you come there. MVP is going to give you a thank you for all of your contribution. And But for us, it's just like that. The smallest things that you do, it deserve a thank you.
Hmm. There is a part of that, and also we thank people for something. While the MVP is like a recognition, but you also need to. It's like a give and take. So you need to continue if you want to keep your MVP status. So while for the Azure Heroes, we just thank you for something you've done, and then if you don't do anything else, that's fine. And Sherry mentioned the if you're the mentor for one event, we will see tomorrow that we have a lot of different badges, from like kudo when you do just like a small thing. You have the mentor, you have learner, and you have badges that are very limited for people who actually like. We have people for badges for green advocates, for people who work on sustainable software engineering. So these badges are very limited. So some of them are very valuable, others are less valuable, but we want everyone to be recognized depending on the scale of their what they do, basically, involvement.
Yeah, for example, the other one that we have is that just to give you an idea, we have open source, that your contribution to open source, but we also have something like inclusive leader. So if you are trying to make the community a more inclusive place, we just for doing that, we don't. You can just say that we don't look at your other contribution. If you are a person that you run a community event and you're always making sure that everybody is included there, and your community is diverse, why we just don't you say thank you for only doing this, disregard of everything else that you do?
and you can
Thank you.
collect,
Yeah.
you can have many different badges.
Yes.
I see. Yeah, thanks for the explanation. Now I understand more detail about your program. Like you said, MVP program is very hard to stay. You have to contribute all of your efforts to for the 1 year. Then you recognize as the MVP. Now, unfortunately, I lost the status, and someday I want to be become the MVP again. But sounds like the Azure Heroes is for the appreciation program for the everybody who willing to spend their time for the community, or their friends or their developer communities. Wow, so it's pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool,
but your
cool.
question was very relevant because we will see during the conference. We have a dedicated part on that in how when you create a new program and you want to scale, how do you compare to already existing program, and you don't
Mhm.
make some people may look at you like, so you're going to compete with our program. So I mean, it's not easy in a big company when you create something to be sure that everybody is going to be happy and no one is going to be angry at what you are doing. So very interesting, and we're going to talk about that in session.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah. I
Mhm.
will listen to the how you started your program, that how you grow your program with the such a large organization, because I know your company has so many people, there's so many programs, like you said. Yeah, so pretty nice. Cool, cool. Okay, yeah, thank you. Next question is, I ask everybody, every speaker to this question. So, is one thing you want your audience to take from your talk? Each of you, can you talk about that?
That's a tough one.
You start.
Oliver, you want to go first?
Yeah, it's one thing that you say, you will ask your audience to take you from your talk.
Okay, so no, I don't want to spoil the, the session, but I mean, something we've learned, and I think when you are, especially in a big company, you may be, usually you have teams worldwide where you have a dedicated country you need to care of, or like an area. And it may sound difficult to say, I want to create something that is going to be global and everybody is going to use. And we'll see that you don't need to think big in the first place. You can start small and grow, and don't try to think of everything in the first place, and don't be scared to start something because you just want to achieve something that is not doable in the first place.
Cool, cool. Yeah, start from small. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my point. Cool. How about you, Sherry?
So maybe what I want to also add to that, of course, that scaling part also after that can be slightly harsh at some point because going back exactly to the place that Oliver mentioned, that you are dedicated to a specific area. So we are going to tell you that how we could try to find all the different opportunities that we could ever imagine that we could add this Azure Heroes part of that. So for us, it would be look at it as a advocating the program internally. So we're going to talk about all of those learnings, that how we could include it in every possible places that you could imagine in order to advocating for our program. Because our organization, as a company grows, it comes with a lot of complexity in the structure of the organization. And then if you are, for example, both Olivier and myself, we haven't worked for Microsoft for many years, so we can still even say that we are new to Microsoft, even though that it's been almost 3 years, Olivier, that we are here. So and so we don't know all of the knowledge about the whole company, but we managed to try to get to know the people that they might be interested in that, and try to connect with them, and try to find out how we can collaborate, how to have them as ally to our program.
How to make friends, basically.
Yeah, very true. Don't make enemies. Just be friends with
Right.
everybody. So cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for joining today. Yeah. Actually, the timing is coming up. So I hope that you are going to be safe and joining the conference on the June 5th. And I hope you're going to have a good time with us.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
Bye
for
bye.
having us. Bye bye.
Thank you, boss. So yeah, this is the interview for Sherry and Olivier. So if you're interested in their talk, please register at DevRelCon Tokyo 2021. It's going to be free, and we have the game for you to play, and you have a chance to win swags. So this interview is over, and see you soon. Thank you. Bye.